Good morning, everybody, for Saturday's Cup of Joe here with Lemmy and Bill Walsh. This is Mike Howard, just welcoming everyone on board. What's going on, Lem?
Okay. I was on mute, and I was like, I lost my screen.
Oh, Lord.
See, this is what I love about it, because we're always happy if something's going on. I'm doing great, man. How are you, buddy?
Another good week, I tell you. Just unbelievable week, and I tell you, the two of you just keep me energized. It's just amazing. I look at the list of all the crap I want to do, and it seems like that list gets longer instead of shorter. But I love it. I love the information you guys are sharing. I love the way that you share it and the environment, the people you have in your group. I just got to say, from me to you, both of you, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be part of this. And, I think everybody that steps into one of these Saturday Cup of Joes, they should just venture on. Just venture and take this journey with all of us, because I think it's leading us all into a different path, to tell you the truth.
Oh, for sure. That's what I think too. I think it's just there's a lot of things that we've worked on over the last couple of years, and this is probably one of the biggest things. So.
Yeah. Very
Well,
nice. Very nice.
I'm very grateful for having everyone that's actually, watching these shows, that's involved in our groups and all the masterminds that are being created, because this was the whole idea anyway, is to get everyone on a different thinking path, because we knew that if we actually could get everyone to start thinking differently, things would happen, and so this is awesome. Yeah, I'm blessed for all you guys, and real thankful for everyone who's joined us. We had a small technical difficulty before we started here. And thank goodness Michael joined us and like, this is what's going on, guys. Try this. Totally saved our life. Oh my goodness. Mike, how's your business this week? Tell us a little bit what's going on with you and your business.
Doing good. I'm trying to focus a little bit more, and it's funny. I just when Bill, you mentioned that alpha brain. I think that's what you call it, alpha brain. I need something like that, because I think I have ADD in a way, or I've developed it over years. So I'm like a rabbit, boy. I just punch out with going in all kinds of directions. But it's been a good week, profitable. I tell you, this last month I have been not only busy, but we're landing so much work. It's just amazing. And I'm starting to have people ask me why, this is supposed to be the slowest time of the year for business, at least in my type of business. And I'm just like, I'm marketing. I'm not focusing on doing. I got people to do the doing. I'm marketing. I'm pushing my company forward. I'm doing things. And my vice president of my company, he's telling me to slow down or start hiring a much bigger team, because right now we're already looking into work all the way into February.
Wow.
Which is kind of good in one sense, but I always prided myself on delivering quickly. But the problem is right now I can't deliver as quick as I want to. I just don't have enough bodies, and I'm really scared to just slap a whole bunch more overhead, on it. So, good marketing, and the reason I just said this the way I did is an example of good marketing does pay great dividends to the recipient of that marketing. And it doesn't matter what kind of business. I don't care if you're a yoga studio or a dentist. It doesn't matter. We all need to market our businesses.
Yep, absolutely.
That's true, man. And I'm glad you touched on that point, because I've heard from various places in the world that's like, oh, December, it's going to be the slowest month and this and that. But honest truth, what you just said is, if you're actually out there marketing, your business is not going to slow down, because obviously you're doing what was supposed to be done, and you have systems that are in place, which is awesome, man. I mean, I even heard a couple of Bill and I that, oh, the December, no one's going to buy in December, and I thought, oh, why December? If it's great information, it's great information, So
Yeah.
it's a lot of things that you hear, and I think people just want to hold on to that same old, which is not necessarily true if you know that you can actually get through that month. And heck, this might be your biggest month out of the whole year, which could be the slowest month, which, you know what I mean?
Right. No, exactly. And something else people don't think about businesses, and I don't exercise it enough, but almost all businesses out there, there is a need for them possibly to spend money before the end of the year. Because right now in the month of November and December, they're talking to their accountants, and they're out because they don't want to pay, depending on how their corporation is set up. I have an S corporation, so it flows down to me, and I don't want all that money sitting on my books. I need to spend money. If not, I'm going to be taxed like crazy. So, if somebody walked in my office and said, hey, I have this for $20,000, if I had a conversation with my accountant saying that, I need to get rid of some of this cash before, the end of the year, it might be a perfect time. But a lot of people, they just don't even ask the question. And I actually asked the question point blank. Do you have a need to spend the money before the end of the year? Simple thing to say. They're either going to say yes or no, right? But God, if they say yes, you can say, well, let me help you with that, right?
Exactly.
That is
exactly.
True. That is true.
We were just talking about that too, because when you have to, otherwise, if you don't spend it, it's gonna get taxed.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we had technical difficulties this morning. We were supposed to bring on Jeremy. I'm not sure what's going on, but I assure you, if we cannot get Jeremy on, we would do our thing because this is what we do. And so I just want to let you know, y'all probably like, where's Jeremy at? This was totally my fault. I'm taking that. I fumbled on that because I was having issues coming in and wasn't sure, so I told him to relax. But I mean, you never know. He might be able to pop in here anytime. So just want to let you know. So what we're going to go ahead and talk about right now is, I guess what he was going to go over is a lot about video ads. He has a big account with a couple of corporations that he is doing video ads for, and that lets you know how big video ads are coming about. I mean, it's huge right now, and I don't think that everyone understands. And I've been saying this, and Bill's been saying this, and even Michael's got a bit of input on this. Is something that you should be learning how to do for yourself and others, because it's really an amazing tool to use right now. I mean, every time you go to YouTube, you're seeing some kind of ad being displayed before you start that video. At first, it was annoying, right, y'all? It was annoying to me at the beginning, but now I totally get it. And I see people who are just displaying crazy ads across different types of videos that have nothing to do with it. And I'm going, what are these guys doing? I mean, what do y'all think about that? Are y'all there? All right, Bill.
Now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean about the video ads, or which part?
How people are just throwing their ads across any type of display. They're just wasting money.
It really is. Like what was I watching? I watched The Profit. I don't know if you guys have seen that but it's like Shark Tank, except it goes down further into businesses. Well, I was watching it on YouTube, and they put ads on it because it's an NBC or ABC show or whatever it is. And the ads had no relevance whatsoever last night to The Profit. It was like totally, they weren't even targeted. I don't know if somebody just decided, hey, I'm just going to do market to everybody, but there was no target whatsoever.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy because, I think I was looking up some music videos, and I can't. I think it was what kind of ad displayed? It was something about. It was had nothing to do with anything close to videos, and I thought, why would they be playing this ad right now? You know. But then again, it goes back to hopeful marketing. I'm sure those guys want to, hope that they can reach a lot of people. What I'm going to start using with it is I'm going to start testing a lot of ads for my clients as we speak, and start doing a lot of ads for them. Now I want to make sure everything is relative because I want to make sure they're getting all the type of hits they can get. But I do know this now. Sometimes I think the reason why they're just displaying it all over these different videos is because they're not finding videos that are monetized, and I think that's probably what it is. So I'm thinking to myself that they're just trying to hopefully grab someone's attention. But I think what the most important thing about video ads right now is your copy. Getting them to click within those 5 seconds or within 10 seconds to come around so they can get to the point already instead of just waiting along and just letting that video run out and letting you pay for that ad. Which could be a pain in the bottom. But it's crazy that there are so many types of niches in different areas on YouTube that we miss out on, and we don't really think about it because it's one of those that we just like, oh, whatever, we're not thinking about it. But there are so many things, like, we can get into, I guess, marketing, like, ClickBank stuff or whatever and talk about that, but you realize there are lots of different types of things that we haven't even thought of yet that is out there booming. Like, I'm sure those don't realize the solar energy and organic stuff is becoming a huge hit right now online. Wouldn't you agree, Bill?
Yeah, it's huge. It's massive. It's just getting bigger by the day.
You talked a little bit about survival stuff, and you're really all into survival stuff. Give us a little insight on survival. Your survivalness that you've been kind of following for the last, I guess it was the last 2 months, and you've really gotten big in that because there's guys that are actually giving you survival tips that you love, and I want everyone to hear this because I was like, what? No way, Bill.
Yeah, so I've been, if you guys don't know yet, I love any survival gear, so I'm on like everybody's list. If you sell survival products, I'm probably on your list. I buy everything because I like that stuff. I think it's really cool, interesting, different. They come out with some crazy stuff. Like, I have this one, it's a solar-powered lantern with an LED light, so it lasts like 12 hours. You just set it out, near the window and it charges. So, I mean, there's like all this crazy stuff. Tactical pens, there's this other stuff called paracord. It's really cool. It's the strongest. It's actually what the Army, Navy, and guys, when they jump out of planes, that's what the parachute's made from. It's the strongest substance that there is. And you can get little bundles of it. So in case you're ever stuck anywhere and you need to like wrap trees together to make some type of shelter, you could. So I mean, they have like a sick amount of stuff. But I learned this all because there's this guy, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a Shark Tank, I don't know, maybe a year ago or so, and this guy was an ex-CIA guy, and he went around the country and he was doing seminars on how to protect yourself in different situations and everything, and then he actually made a course. And if you guys want it, I'll share you the link with you guys, and you can buy the course. It's cheap. It's like $80. But honestly, I'll tell you, it's like one of the best $80 I've spent in a long time because it goes through everything you need to know for survival skills. And then he goes through, too, like how to, if you're in an emergency situation, like, a bomb goes off or something like that, and you need to get out of the city and you need to find a car. He shows you how to hotwire a car, how to pick a lock. He goes through, like, all these things. Which, you know what I mean? It's designed for that in an emergency situation, how to get out of there. But there's a lot more than that. And then he has this whole thing about deterring people from mugging you and like how to get out of the mugging situations. And it's really interesting, like how he breaks down everything. And But if you guys want, I'll post a link for it in Facebook so you can buy it. But it's like $80, I think. There's like 2 upsells. I didn't buy the first upsell. I think I bought the second upsell because the first upsell was worthless, but the second upsell was good. So it was like $80 total for everything. But,
so this guy is basically teaching you how to survive any issue.
Yeah, any issue, pick lock. I mean, like literally, he takes you through every different thing. After the first 5 modules, I was hooked. There's like 20 video modules in it, and he goes through everything, like how to use a tactical pen. If you guys don't know what a tactical pen is, how to get one, because right now a tactical pen is the only thing you're allowed legally to take on the airplane with you. So if somebody actually tries to attack you, you can take them out with a tactical pen, and it looks just like a pen. And then he shows you all these moves and everything else, and it does. Like if you like even touch yourself too hard with that tactical pen, it hurts. It's not nice. And he said that, and he goes through that, and then he goes through like if somebody comes up behind you, how to get out of chokeholds. I mean, there's like all this really cool. I'm very big into this whole survivalist thing. So if you guys want, I'll post a link and you can check it out.
Tactical pens. He just gets you pow, pow. Oh,
it's really really cool. That's anything in that niche. And then he goes through like there's these little pieces. They're about this big. Well, you guys can't really tell what I'm going by, like this big, but basically it's almost like a 1 to 2 foot section, I think it is, and it's a piece of bulletproof insulation, and you put it in your laptop bag. So what it does is, if you're ever in a situation where somebody's shooting, you can use that to protect your vital organ. You just hold up your laptop bag over you. So he's got all these different ideas because he's an ex-CIA guy. You know what I mean? And he goes through. Like in certain situations, how to escape without, getting injured and everything. So it's a really good idea. Really good idea.
So how big do you think this not tactical, but the survival niche is by itself?
Oh, it's massive.
I'm not sure because I've never ever, looked at it. I've only heard from what you've kind of, explained to me.
Yeah, it's massive, and I'm starting to realize that more. I mean, there's a bunch of groups that do email marketing.
Right.
And they send out something every week, whether it be, a credit card knife that's another cool one too, if you guys have seen it on Facebook. Usually it's free just to get onto somebody's list, but it's about this big, it looks like a credit card, and it flips out into a knife. And it works. It's a solid utility knife, you know what I mean? And you can cut through everything with it. But it's designed so you can have it in your credit card in case you would never need it in an emergency situation.
A credit card knife. Is that what you said?
Yes, a credit card knife. But there's a ton of this stuff, guys. I mean, I'll post more if you guys want to know more about the niche, but I like it. I mean, once you get on a couple people's lists, you're going to start to see more and more products, but just the CIA course alone and like a couple little things, a tactical pen and all that stuff will really make a big difference. And he tells you the other cool thing in the video series is what you should have on you, in your car, and in your house, I think it was. There's 3 locations. I think it's on you, in your house, and in your car. And he gives you what you should have in each scenario in case of an emergency situation. What you should have.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And like some of it I went through and I'm like, oh, okay, well I understand that. And then a couple of them I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. I should put that in the car,
Right.
Like there's all these little things, so.
Nice. Well, I do remember when we went to Memphis, they were talking about how they set up some type of store for a survival niche that is killing it. And I was like, "Are you serious? It's really that big?" And I've heard you talk about it over the months.
It's massive. I mean, and like I get offers almost every day from different survivalist groups. I mean, a lot of it I look at real briefly, and if it's not something I'm into, then I just bypass it. But every once in a while, tactical pens, anything that is really cool, I'll buy it. And I think they know that. That's like part of the targeted marketing, And then it follows you around on Facebook for a couple of days until you end up buying it. So.
Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. Huh. All
But
right.
it's a big niche, and even now you could still get into that niche if you wanted to, because it's still very open, with building groups and everything else. But
I don't know what I would actually shoot for if I was to start doing this because I would need something that's interesting that I would actually like and enjoy so I have more information on it. And I think, when people are trying to put out a offer or some type of, you know, niche they're going after, they don't really just shoot out the things that they would probably use and love and design, that they could possibly make it better. And I think that's the hardest part about actually making money on something that is something that you're not passionate about, because I seem to struggle with that at times, and I know there's a lot of people out there who doesn't really get into certain things. They just get into it because it's popular. But I think if you really are knowledgeable about it and know exactly what it is, and if you've actually used it, you're going to have more concrete, passion about it or evidence and why it works. And you might actually say something that's kind of different from the main, person who's actually, selling it. Like you talking about you own throwing stars and all this crazy stuff, and I'm like, you own throwing stars, really?
yeah, everybody laughs at me because I have them all over my house, so in case somebody would come in, I know where they're located, so they're gonna get taken out. So
you're ready though. I mean, you are totally ready. You see what I'm saying? You could totally jump into this niche. You are ready. I think the only thing I have in my house is like a knife inside the drawer. That's about it. That's gonna do me real good upstairs when they come after me. You know what I mean?
But no, I mean it's one of those things. You get into because I did karate and all that other stuff when I was younger, so I got used to this. Okay, these throwing stars are pretty awesome, and I started my collection. I started buying them everywhere. And then I found out as you buy these higher line ones, they get sharper and they get more tactical. Like there's actually more tactical ninja stars than regular ninja stars. And it just goes up.
I don't think stars will ever go away. It's somehow that's just one of those things that just keeps selling, and people love throwing stars. I mean, I don't think, when's the last time you threw a throwing star? I mean, some people don't even throw them, they just like them.
I don't even know, actually, to be honest with you. I have to start throwing them again.
So that's a lesson to all of you people out there. Don't mess with Bill Walsh. He might have a throwing star or a tactical pin that he's going to throw down on you.
And that's only part of it. Like when I actually had a job a long time ago,
right.
I used to carry a nightstick in my car too. Because, dude, you have to understand, when I was in sales, I drove in some areas that were not safe whatsoever. And I never really I never had a gun at that point because I was still too young and I didn't really know what I was doing. So I didn't really trust myself with it.
Right.
And so I had a nightstick, and I had if you guys know what an impact bar is in the mechanical field, it's a bar. It's about 2 feet long. It's solid steel. I used to keep it at my foot all the time. So if somebody came in, man, they're just gonna whack them. So try to, because that was the biggest problem. You know what I mean? I know some of you guys are like, you're from Pittsburgh. You have no idea. There's some areas, you know what I mean, that when you go into it, it's not the best area whatsoever. So.
Hey, they have like a show on TV now, like the boss of what is it, Godfather of Pittsburgh?
It's so funny.
I was like, are you kidding me? That's a hard town to live in.
Dude, the mob used to be real big in Pittsburgh. Real big. Long. I mean, that was back in like the 50s, 60s time period, but
right.
It's still around, but they're just quiet now. So.
Huh. Interesting. So you might actually see these guys filming one day.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're all over apparently. It's a drama. So.
Right. That's crazy. So I know the organic stuff is getting kind of huge. I know everyone is trying to be all organic, or I'm not sure how you're going to promote gluten-free on. I mean, I guess I could be wrong because you're, gluten-free on ClickBank or some type of affiliates. But I know drones. There's a lot of drones these days that have affiliate links now, believe it or not, and I've seen a lot of them becoming very big now, and I was like, wow, this thing is getting serious.
They're getting more and more bigger, and I'll paste a link in the group eventually here for you guys, the one that I just bought, and Lem just saw it too. But this guy, and I can't remember his name or what school they're at, but these kids, they made one of the best drones out so far. What it does is it actually uses your smartphone as the remote, and you literally just touch on it where you want it to go. You don't have to control it, because one of the hardest parts with the drone is actually controlling forward, backward, side to side, But this one, you can pre-program your whole loop. So if you're trying to film something for somebody, you can literally draw it on the screen. The drone will go do it, come back, and land.
And the good thing about this drone is, and there's always something that you have to be out there making better, as it has sensors on it where if there's any trees or any debris or something that's going to hit it, it will avoid it. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, dude, they're getting so advanced now, so advanced. And it's only, I think it was $600 total for the drone for this new version. It's a Kickstarter, so they released it in January. It already tripled what it was needing to do and everything, but yeah, I see a ton of them. There's actually another one I just saw. It was it's not a full-scale drone. It's a partial drone. It looks like a paper airplane, okay?
Right.
But it's made out of carbon fiber. And this sucker, it's got two little wings on the back of it, so you throw it like a paper airplane, and it's got a camera on it, so it can track everything. And it won't slow down until you're ready for it to.
Man,
or it runs out of battery. I think it's like 20 or 30 minutes battery life. So
there's funny how it's when there's something that's being built, there's always someone who's going to come back and make it better. I mean, you always make it better. When he said they were adding the sensors on there, so because he was like, most drones they'll go up and they'll hit trees and you're not paying attention, and he was like, no, we put sensors on there where it's designed, that will not happen. I'm like, I'm sold. Then again, I said, this is what I want for Christmas to the lady. I was like, I'm going to get this like right now. And she said, nah. I was like, why not? She's like, when are you going to go out and enjoy your drone? I was like, hey, I need some relaxing time. I was like, well, we're going to get it for the kid then. She's like, no. So somehow I'm going to have to get this drone sent to this address and go, I think they messed up. I thought I canceled the order, but I guess not. It's a hassle to send that stuff back. You might as well keep it,
Oh, my.
So, Bill, I still don't understand the throwing stars.
Oh, my gosh. So, what
I don't understand is this is what you need. This is what you need.
It's funny that you say that, Michael Howard, because I was actually headed, that's my purchase here coming up this week. And so I have a couple other purchases this week too. But
I'm just playing with you.
No, I like that. The problem is when I grew up, a lot of, they were, my parents and stuff weren't very the best fond of guns. Right. So I grew up learning, okay, I got to have stuff other than guns for defense.
Right.
But now that I'm older and more sophisticated and learning, I realize that the Ninja Stars are good, but the gun's a little bit better. So.
Yeah. Gotta have at least a dozen of them.
Oh yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, man, what the heck with Ninja Stars? You need a gun, man. You hear them coming? You better be real accurate going ting, ting.
Oh, dude, I'm within about 2 or 3 inches. That's how good I was before. When I used to throw to be 2 to 3 inches. As long as you were within like 50 feet. So,
That's awesome, man.
That's how I know my range, roughly. So.
Yeah, I know we're getting off topic and everybody's like, this is one of the most boringest Cup of Joe ever. But, we might throw a few here and there. But once again, we were supposed to have Jeremy on. We had technical difficulties in the beginning, so we might bring him on another time, or he might just slip in if he can. But we're talking different niches right now and things you can get into We've talked about the survival niche, and we Michael Howard obviously has firepower, which is good. You know, Bill has a lot of throwing stars, tactical pins that he walks around with daily. I thought I've seen a couple of your knives with us when we were on our trips this year.
No, yeah,
No.
because of the airport. No, you can't really. Oh no, I did it. That's right, I did it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you did. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
crazy. I remember. Yeah. One thing, I had a Glock. I remember, and that's when you had like what 17 in bullets in one clip or something like that. Way back in the 90s, it was the best thing because my best friend at the time, he bought this little gun called the Astra, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I bought this gun. It's an Astra. It's like the best on the market." And I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You need to get one. You never listen to your best friend, man. Never, ever. I've learned that rule." So I thought, I'm going to go buy a Glock. Forget Astra, you know. So we would go out and shoot at the Van Buren Bottoms. That's where we go in Arkansas. There's no one there. Everyone goes to shoot their guns there. It's weird, you know. And, and we had lots of time. And we were out there shooting. And, man, let me tell you, I was shooting my thing, boom, 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 boom. He would go, pow, it just blew up in his hands.
Oh.
It was hilarious.
That's why they tell you that Glock is the most reliable gun in the world.
Yes.
Actually, if you go look on YouTube, there's some crazy stuff with it. They take it and actually shoot it out of the front of a cannon.
Right.
And, like, they shoot the cannon with the gun in the front of it. And most guns would be destroyed probably by that point or damaged heavily and couldn't fire. They pick up the gun and then they shoot it. And it still works perfectly.
Randy said it's called a magazine. Yes, Randy, I understand. It's called, back in the day, we called it Clip 17. One of the whole. Okay, anyway. Yeah, that's just the way it was. But yeah, man, and I remember because my best friend used to get me to try to buy everything that was just horrible. And when he bought that, he had so many problems. I quit asking him to go shoot with me because I knew that his gun was gonna mess up on him. It was nuts. Oh my God. Oh, okay. So Jeremy has issues. He's gonna come on. Okay, I can do now. Okay, come on.
Amen. Amen.
Yes. All right. He's gonna come on here. Here in just a second.
Hey, Bill, have you on your stars, I do Shopify for my survival stuff, and that's a good way to test products out, Shopify, you can put a bunch of products on there,
That's a good idea. Yeah.
And it's fairly inexpensive.
When we were in Memphis, Bill, you do remember I don't think you remember, you was gone that day. They were talking a lot about Shopify, and you missed out on that. There was a lot of people that who were using that and was trying to market to that. Are you doing any of that right now, Michael?
Yeah, I am. That's what I'm doing with my son.
I was wondering. I was about to ask you about that.
Yeah, we're doing it both, and Amazon is one end of the funnel, and then Shopify is the other end, and Shopify is more to help pick the products because we're private branding our products. So, we're not just selling it just for the small percentage. We're going after the big nut. So Shopify allows us to find out what sells without investing in it.
Nice.
Yeah. I like
so
that.
You're getting like a demographic, and plus you're seeing who's actually buying. I love that. That is awesome.
Right. And we're kind of focusing a little bit more on the tactical side, the more urban, more of the urban tactical feel instead of the general just, basic, survival. There's a big niche. I mean, it's not a big niche, but there is a niche that a lot of people aren't in. So what we're trying to do is narrow our part of the niche and just become really good at that component of it. And it's just fun. It's just something different, and
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
And I think Kevin in your group is he's pretty big into the blades. I've seen a lot of his stuff, and he has quite the big online presence as far as his products.
Blades, like
Knives,
blade,
knives, swords,
wow.
knives, swords, all that related.
Hmm.
Yeah, he has quite a bit of stuff there.
Hmm. Okay. Guys, Jeremy is coming on. He'll be here just in a few seconds. He asked me if I wanted audio or video, so I said I want your mug video. So everybody can see. For those who have actually stayed with us, you're going to see Jeremy here in just a second. So bear with us. We do once again apologize for that, but you know how it is. Stuff happens, life happens. Oh well, just what it is. Awesome. Is that the only gun you have there, Michael? Is that it? Just a big old shotgun, and that's it? Or I'm sure you got a few under your belt.
Got another one. Just what my son brought down from upstairs.
Right.
Well, I heard Bill talking about his deadly scars.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Bill. That's a whole different level right there. A little story. Drop. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh my.
Wow. All right. It looks like it's raining behind you, Mike. Is it raining out there? Is it wet? Is it snow? What's going on?
It's raining. Yeah, it's raining. It's supposed to have 80% chance of rain today. Yeah, my son and I were supposed to do all the leaves in the backyard. We have a bunch of oak trees in the back, and it looks like it's been postponed until tomorrow because I'm not going out there in the rain.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Seems like it rains there a lot.
Not really. No, not really. I mean, it rained. I mean, compared to Dallas, yeah, probably a lot, but
right.
Just typical northeast weather.
I'm looking at sunshine out there today. It's supposed to be cold this week, but it just didn't happen. Yesterday it was hot. Now it's kind of close to 67 degrees. Now I'm like, really? Wow, okay. I'll go and enjoy it. I'll take it. I will take it.
Yeah.
There it is. I found that survivalist thing. I'm gonna paste the link in for you guys here.
Okay. Awesome. Well,
I built when I was doing my son's his first product that we private branded. I built a list of like 300 and something people within the first like 2 weeks doing that. We just used a simple MailChimp autoresponder, and we did a contest because we have product, and I just did a contest. I gave away each week one item, and we were just building a list, and then I cut it off for a while now, and we'll turn it back on, but it's amazing. So we set up a Facebook page, and it's amazing. I have hundreds of followers on that page, and all I do is I go to all these survival niche Facebook pages and post their images, just share them, and we've built a pretty big following already,
Simple tactics. That is awesome.
What's that?
His simple tactics he's using.
Yeah.
So you actually, how many weeks did you give away a product? 4 weeks?
I only did it 2 weeks, and I stopped.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we have like 380 something like that on our list just in that short time. So I can easily see us getting 1,000, but I get sidetracked with so many other things, so I stopped it because I got to really focus on finishing that funnel, and actually selling the product too, and the thing is with that list is I plan on hitting them with everything we have, with time. So yeah, but there's a lot of pretty good survival sites out there, survival niches, and and I think it's important that you kind of enjoy it. There's some people that don't care for it at all, and yeah, it's kind of cool to make money, but it's just a lot funner if you like what you're doing. So it doesn't matter what the niche is, just as long as you like it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it brings a whole new element if you actually enjoy it, and you know a little bit about it, you know. So it's just one of those. I feel that I need to find something. I guess I'm not the boring type. I like a lot of things, but I haven't found a lot that I'm actually passionate about. And once I am, then I'll go tackle it. I know that's something that Mr. Wilson has always said. If you're passionate about a niche, you'll do 10 times better than the other person just by just throwing up a page and trying to, you know, market to people, because you have to know about it or you have to like it a lot where you're able to talk to you with it, you know, talk to your neighbor with it about it. So it's just one of those deals, you know.
Yeah, people can see through bullshit.
Yeah, sure can. And they don't like to smell it either. So
yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yes, we're still waiting. I know he's coming. I promise you. I just spoke with him. He is coming, guys. Calm down. This might be a longer cup of Joe, but we'll keep him on. I'll keep the questions short and let him do his thing. And if I have to, I'll bring him back later. But I know this guy has a lot of great stuff. He has been inside a few magazines, featured in magazines, and it's pretty awesome from the knowledge when it comes to YouTube ads and all that. He was a guest speaker at the Vid Summit that Bill and I went to this past couple of months or so, and that was awesome to get with him and learn some of his stuff. I was fortunate to be inside of his mastermind group. Bill, they put you with someone else. They put me with Jeremy. Which is awesome. Who did they schedule? Do you remember who you were with over there?
I don't remember.
Oh, that's bad. You don't even see. That's not good. We don't know who they put you in the mastermind group with, man. Come on, man. That's bad. That is bad. But they added me with Jeremy in the mastermind group, and I thought that was gonna be awesome. So come to find out, this dude is right here in the backyard here in Dallas, you know. But here we go. Jeremy, are you there? Can you hear me, man?
What's up, guys?
Yes, there he is, my man.
Sorry about that.
No problem, no problem. We know life happens. We were just talking about the Vid Summit and how they broke us up into mastermind groups, and Bill didn't remember who his leader was, and I was like, really? That guy didn't leave any impression on you at all, man. Oh my God.
Nothing, I guess.
So, Jeremy, thank you for joining us, man. I know you're spending time with the family today, and I know you're just like, okay, Leon, let me give it a shot. We're not going to hold you up because this is a Saturday, and I know it's pretty where you are because it's pretty here in Dallas.
Yeah.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about your company, VidPal.
Yeah, so we started at VidCon June 26th, and we do all kinds of stuff, but mostly we teach people, especially businesses, video marketing, and we take it pretty deep. So, for example, we'll go 3 weeks just into thumbnail A and B optimization testing, and our average clients get up to 1,500–1,600% conversions from impressions to views. So, for example, one client I have, Funimation, they have 1.2 million subs. Not name dropping or anything. They went from an average 0.02% conversion from impressions to views to 0.75. Just with our thumbnail optimization alone. So I really like to think of myself as a video data scientist, a nerd, like straight up hardcore numbers and just really intense conversion science. So we don't do anything no one else does. Like we just keep it really, really, really simple. But our results are pretty awesome. And I've worked with about 15 of the largest brands in the U.S. and for the most part, we just teach people how to do this stuff. We have a mastermind group and an online university, kind of like lynda.com. Right now, we have about 20 courses up, and we have new courses every week. And they're taught by some of the people in this chat here. I want you guys to come teach for us. But we have some awesome instructors, and we're just trying to grow. We're launching a new course every week, so we're pretty. We have high hopes for where basically we want to teach people how to do this stuff. That's really what we do.
Man, I'm already blown away. I'm like, what? So you specialize in thumbnails, and that's converting like crazy? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, no. Well, we do. If you go to vidthumbnails.com, we actually literally have a business just for thumbnail optimization. But we really specialize in training, and thumbnails is just like 1/10 of what we do. But what I was just trying to give you an illustration of, we take the mundane, normal stuff everyone else is doing, and we just blow it out. That's kind of what we do. And that could be for a playlist. It could be for we're really good at remarketing, retargeting on AdWords for video. There's all kinds of stuff we do, but mostly we teach people. We'll go into like an agency in downtown Dallas for 6 months and teach their staff what to do, get them YouTube certified, and just really teach them how to do this stuff. Because anyone can do this stuff, anyone can go start a YouTube channel, but we're just kind of the science nerd part of it, and it does help.
Wow, that's awesome stuff. So tell us the magazine here recently. I saw that someone posted on your wall for you, which is awesome, that you got featured in. I was like, holy crap, this dude is really
I think you're talking about INC. Yeah, I think you're talking about INC magazine. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But yeah, you know what? I'm just doing my thing, and fortunately blessed enough to have a lot of people listen to what I'm saying, even though I don't know what I'm saying half the time, and doing good stuff.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. But they still listen to you because, hey, this guy's got something,
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Hey.
Wow. So how did you start your business, man? And why did you start?
Well, honestly, I've never publicly said this before, but the reason I started it, to be completely honest with you, is I was working for a really great company out of New York, working here from Dallas, and I was working 80 hours a week. And I looked over at my wife one day, and I was like, dude, if I'm going to be working this hard, I'm going to be owning the business. And she agreed with me, and about three months later or less is on. And I honestly, for me, it's all about, it's 100% about my family and how I want to live in this world. And, if I'm going to be killing myself, I'm going to be doing it on my hours, not someone else's. And, that's really the reason I started, is to have freedom of time so I could be a good dad and all that.
Absolutely.
Boom. That is like the perfect answer. And I think that's why a lot of people start their business, because they want that time. You know what I mean? You can't take that time back. It's so important. And you just woke up one day and was like, you know what? I'm done with this.
Exactly.
Awesome.
I'm still working hard, but I'm working hard on my hours, and that means my kids get to see me. I'm only out of town one week or less a month. So it's just my, I can control what's happening, and that's a big part. It took me. I've been a professional online marketer, web designer since 1998, and it really took me about this long to get there. So it's not an easy task, but you just keep on chipping away at it, and it'll happen.
Wow. So, my man, tell me how important YouTube ads are these days. Let the world know, because this is a group, I don't know, roughly 300 people will be watching this later on, and they'll want to hear from you. I brought it to the table plenty of times. We kind of discuss it, but let us know your view on where YouTube views and ads are going these days.
Well, it's really relative to the company's goals, but I'll have to say, in general, you have two camps. You either have, for businesses trying to do this stuff, you either have the camp where people get 27 views and they spent $3,000, making a video, or you got a camp where they got 27 million views and 3 organic views. So there's really not a lot of balance. So first off, I'd like to say that almost every single video that I work with has some form of advertising. But I have about 27 steps to a distribution and syndication plan for a video. I actually give each video we do a marketing plan. So it's not, I guess my biggest thing I would say about advertising is think of a video like you would a press release or a new product launch. Your audience needs to know about it where they live. So if that's on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Delicious, if that's if that's on magazine websites, just think of it very holistically, because ads in themselves are great for single or double purposes, but they're not going to be, you're not going to win the lottery with a viral video. You're not going to win the lottery with 1 or 2 ads, unless you're a Dollar Shave Club. And then boom, I guess you can buy the lottery if you want. But winning the lottery is not a business plan. So viral videos, all that type of stuff. It's just not. I would give me 100 videos doing 10,000 views. That makes $1 million instead of 1. And there's a case study on a big brand I worked on out there that basically shows that even though the Dollar Shave Club did an amazing viral video, the company I worked with blew them away with crappier content because they had a business plan, not winning the lottery viral part. Sorry about my viral, getting real deep there, but I guess my going back to video advertising, it's if you have we're managing a channel for a very large company right now. They have 90% of their views are coming from ads. And essentially what's happening is their channel's dead. Why is their channel dead? Because their ads in general are, people are leaving within 5 seconds. YouTube representatives have told me in the past that the ads, in-stream ads, don't affect view time, view duration, and how the channel itself gets ranked. But I have a lot of data proving otherwise. So for me, it's all about balance. If you've got a new product or service, go make ads. I will say that there's 2 types of ads in general on YouTube, actually 3. There's remarketing, you have in-stream, and then you have in-search, which also has in-display and in-search. So anyways, they're completely different. In-stream ads, what they do is they're just old school television and commercials. They're disruptive. And everyone's quick is like, they're like quicker than cowboys and Indians hitting that gun, man. It's like, they count it down. It's like 0, boom.
Right.
So, well over 90, everyone knows well over 90% of your in-stream ads are complete BS. Now, you only pay for what people are actually engaging in. However, it's old school in the fact that you're spamming everyone hoping for, to hit the right target audience. The cool thing about in-display, and then there's also an in-search check mark within in-display now, is they're actually clicking on your ad, and when you go to YouTube Analytics and you look at the view duration, you still see in the stream like 90% of the audience is dead within 6-7 seconds. And then when you look at organic traffic and in-display and search traffic, it actually mirrors within 5 or 10%. So that means your ads are as high quality traffic in general as organic traffic within search and in-display. So my biggest suggestion would be to run as much possible of in-search and in-display, because they're actually more highly targeted and they are actually interfacing with you. And then going on top of my whole thumbnail science thing, have the best thumbnails in the world, and you're going to just get that many more people clicking on your ads. And that combo is really powerful. Again, I went back, it's all about what you want to do. If you're just trying to spam the world and you have a product, like the new ShamWow 2.0, then you'll probably want to spam the world.
That's funny. ShamWow.
But if you have a very targeted ad, then you can actually grow your organic audience with ads if you're smart about it. If you want to spam the world, then you're probably going to ultimately hurt your channel. So one of the people I most respect in this world is Jake Larson. You guys met there.
Yes.
He's a really great guy. he makes his living off InStream, so I believe in InStream. I really, I've done a lot of InStream myself, but I do think there's a time and place, and it's really important for people to know about this.
Man,
I'm talking to some of the best people in the world on ads, so take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was about to say, wow, that opens up a whole new door for me, because I've listened and learned a few courses that I've watched over, and they always talked about, in-stream ads, and they never talked about the others. And they're always saying, use this because that doesn't work, or blah, blah, blah. But now, hearing what you're saying, I'm thinking, wow, maybe I need to do all of it then, because I'm sure there's a science to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there is. And, those same people are probably spending 10, 15 cents a view. Our average view for both InStream and the search and display are 2 to 3 cents. And the way you're able to get that is really just playing and doing data science. But the longer you don't mess with an ad on AdWords for video, the less you're going to be paying. So it's really weird. But I had one ad I was paying 9 cents for 3 weeks. 2 weeks later, I just didn't touch it. I didn't touch it. It was a laziness thing. It wasn't like I'm super amazing or anything. And all of a sudden, it went down to like 7 cents. So then I turned the maximum cost per view down to like 6 cents. And sometimes that kills it, and sometimes it changes the algorithm. But the more your ads are just like being served, the more likely you are to play with it. So it's just playing the game, but you don't settle for 10 cent plus ads, because most of the time, depending on the targeting you have, most of the time it's actually doable to play with the algorithm to make it lower.
So I'm sure you have companies who contact you and ask you or tell you they want their video to go viral. What do you say to them? Because I know they have. What do you tell them?
It's really relative to how much their mind can handle. I will tell you that I was part of some really big viral videos, optimization from really big ones. We have a couple right now with 200,000-300,000 views in a few weeks. For relative to the size of the company, that's really viral. Now, I hate the word viral, and I don't prescribe viral videos. I always say, winning the lottery is not a business plan.
Right.
But it's relative to what you do. So, one of my clients, they do Japanimation cartoons. They don't have viral. They just have billions of views. So it's really relative to what you do. I would say that the reason YouTube works well for people is authenticity and creativity. And if that ends up being 5 million views for a video, cool. But banking on that's not a business plan. So what I usually, like one client, I had to get them 1 million views before they'd even listen to me. Because, views don't mean anything.
Right.
Views are just stupid. How they convert and help the business is the only thing I care about. But if I can't break through to a CEO or a marketing director where like their mission in life is to get 1 million views, sometimes I let them, I kind of let them have what they want, and then I sit them down and have the birds and bees talk about views. No, I'm just kidding. But, I sit them down and I'm like, look, views don't mean anything. Let's get real here and let's change your business. So, it's education. Everything I do is all about education and just trying to help people understand, what's going on. I would say the first thing I tell people is if you truly entertain or educate or help someone's life, then you're going to do good. If you're just trying to get views, then ultimately you're probably going to suck. So I try to just, the more I work with a client, the better they start getting, because they listen to me and have more faith. And the one client I'm working with, I did a speech about at VidSummit. Man, they're blowing up, but they had to get more faith in me and my company before they would really truly listen. So I would say I would cautionally explain and start educating them, but I wouldn't just poo-poo their idea, because creativity and authenticity are the only reasons why 13-year-old kids talking about makeup are blowing away companies like L'Oreal, you know. So I mean, it's a weird medium, and businesses don't get it at all. So I wouldn't be negative with them, but I would be real with them.
You know, that is so true. We're having to go back and have a meeting because it's the end of the year with the company, a big company that we have, and they have been blowing money on different types of advertising that obviously hasn't worked for them, and they're looking at the numbers now. And we've been pitching that to them, but sometimes you really can't tell a business owner how to run their business. I mean, you can only give them ideas on what they should be thinking about, the whole end process, which I hear what you're saying, but sometimes it just doesn't work for them. They want to do their own thing until they're ready to, you know, finally listen.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I will say I fire clients all the time, because if people aren't going to listen, then I don't want you to be around. And it's not an ego thing, it's a reality thing. I mean, how are you going to be a good business if ultimately the product you're delivering is crap? You know, it doesn't matter if it's your fault or the client's fault. I'm willing to take risks with customers that don't listen, thinking that I can change that. But if there's a threshold of, you know what, all they want is views, and it's not going to help their company and they're blowing money, I'm out.
Right? Because, you know, at the end of the day, they would say, Lemmy or Bill or Jeremy said that this is what they're doing. Now we're looking at our stats, nothing has happened, we wasted money, and then they're going to basically try to blame it on you or us, you know, when at the same time, we've been trying to tell them the whole, you know, all what was going on, you know. That is awesome.
You know what? I think I kind of take after probably Daryl Leaves in the fact that I only take a few clients, because I try to have a perception of my time's valuable, and you're lucky to be working with me. And it's not an ego thing. It's just really like how I choose to try to work. And I think it sounds crazy, but it makes so much. It works so well for us when we only take a few clients and just really focus hard on them. You know, it's not, you know what, it's not a luxury. I'm not like a millionaire or anything, but we're doing quite well. But it's not a luxury I have. It's a luxury I decided to have.
Right.
And that took some cojones, you know, because you got money coming at you as a small business, you want to grab it. But I listened to my heart there, and I was like, you know what? No, we're not grabbing this money. We're going to do it really strategically. And now, I mean, we're starting to reap the benefits.
Wow, that's awesome. Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely, Jeremy. Well, welcome. I'm just blown away. You know, I think it would be real beneficial if you could just share how can some of us in the Saturday Cup of Joe and Video Alpha reach out and learn more about you. You mentioned a website, thumbnails, something.
Yeah, it's actually thumbnails.com. That's a service we actually do thumbnails. We do several thousand thumbnails a month for clients.
Nice.
We have VidPow, VidPow. Not that I'm trying to say anything.
I love it. Nice.
Promote.
Hey, you always got to hustle, man.
That's
you
right.
Always have to hustle. So vidpow.com is our monthly training service. It's actually pretty inexpensive. It's $197 a year, and you get monthly online conferences taught by literally some of the best people in the world, like Daryl Leaves and Tim Schmoyer, and you get weekly new courses taught.
Nice.
So it's you know what, my whole mission in VidPow is to teach people how to do this stuff. That's really I mean, that's the cornerstone of our company. Some of these other services that are spinning off of it is really out of just the fact that we're hustlers and we see a need that we can fill. But the way you guys can reach out to me is actually jeremy@vidpow.com. You can send me an email. On Twitter, it's VidPowBam. and that's about it.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for sharing everything you did. Do you have sorry, my son's doing his chores. Hang on.
I love it. Here
Hang
at
on,
Cup of Joe,
my
we
wife,
keep it live.
yeah, my wife is running upstairs. Do you have any of your training on Udemy? Whatever that's called, that Udemy site?
Udemy, yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, we don't. You know what? I guess we're trying to make our own portal for video marketing,
Sure,
where
sure.
we have 50 instructors and just try to do that. It's a good idea. We just haven't really, we're just trying to build that library out first.
Right. Awesome. Well, I'll definitely, personally, I'll check you out. That's the real nice thing about Bill and Lem. They open the doors for a lot of us marketers, with subject expertise and leaders in different marketplaces. And I've been very impressed just your attitude and the way that you want to serve customers. I didn't really hear you really talk a lot about how much money you want to make, or your personal ambitions, which we all have personal ambitions, but you serve others first. You're going to get everything that you possibly want. Nice.
Exactly, and trying to just go out and become a millionaire is a pretty shallow way of living, in my opinion. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want to have bills, and we really don't. I mean, we're doing well for ourselves, but that's not the point. Anyone can go do something to make a lot of money if you really put your mind to it. But yeah, we want to have a very sustainable life, and if our customers aren't happy, then we're not going to have a very long company. So totally, that's really not in our DNA, man. We're just trying to help people and hopefully make a little money along the way.
That's awesome. So I heard that you went to shoot in LA with Owen. Is this true? Did you go shoot some videos of him, or what was going on in LA?
Yeah. A few weeks ago, we shot six courses in 7 days out in LA, and Owen was one of our instructors. We had a lot of awesome instructors out there. Got to do some nonprofit work as well, and it's a good time. Yeah, right. We're in LA a lot just because that's where YouTube is, and that's kind of where the industry is.
Wow. So let's get a little personal, because I heard you like to skate or used to skate, and you had surfboard pictures, and I'm like, who is this guy? Tell us a little bit about that, man.
Sure. So I grew up skateboarding and surfing, and I'm 38 years old, but you know what? It's never too old. So about a year, actually November 22nd of last year, I had spine surgery. So I've gained a lot of weight, and it's been real hard. My second spine surgery, and I decided November 22nd of this year, man, I'm gonna go try to skateboard again, like I'm 12 years old, and I had a good time, and I've been skating 2 or 3 times a week since, and it's fun. You gotta play hard and live hard, man. So I'm taking it easy. I got like every pad known to man on my body. Look like the abominable snowman or something, but I'm doing it.
Oh, I love it. You know what? That is awesome to hear, man, because it makes us realize that you are a true, real person. You know what I mean? Yeah. You have a passion for skating. You used to skate. You had like some, had to get some spinal fusions, and now you're like, I'm about to skate again. I feel good, You gotta grab it when you
probably see me with a cast or something, but that's all right.
There's nothing wrong with that, brother. That's nothing wrong with that. Well, man, we're gonna close here. I thank you so much for joining us. Wow, this has been so exciting. You haven't answered me on my my request. I said I want to have dinner with you, and I'm like, really? You must be busy or something.
No, let's do it, man. I have been busy, honestly. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'll set something up. I'd love to spend time with you, man, just to sit and talk.
You gotta come see the new studio too.
Definitely. That's one reason why I had to come too. I was wanting to come. Awesome. Well, wow. Man, I hope your family's doing great. I know you are. I hope you enjoy this day. Nothing but blessings for your business. Anytime you want to come back and share something with us, we would love to have you. And once again, tell us how we can reach you.
VidPal BAM everywhere, and vidpal.com and Jeremy at vidpal.com.
Awesome, Jeremy. You're great, man. And by the way, I love what you were saying on the stage, and that's why I was giving Bill a hard time, because I was like, Bill, who was your mastermind group leader? And he was like, I don't remember. I was like, that guy didn't give you an input because he wasn't with us, because I knew who was with us, you know. Oh, my goodness. All right, my man. Well, thank you so much. Michael,
I appreciate it.
Michael, you want to close this out? Anything you want to add, Michael, before we close?
No, just it was worth the wait, Jeremy. Next time, if you need to take 45 minutes, take all the time you need, brother. It doesn't matter. It was well worth it, and a pleasure meeting you, definitely. And hope everyone has a great week this week. Stay focused, and Bill and Lem have a lot of things going on in all the different parts of their venture. So stay connected, and have a great week, everyone, and we'll talk next week.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.